Now down inside the 20. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And that one's going to be off target and incomplete.
How about that? Red man coverage and decided to test them early. But they proved up to the task and forced the incompletion.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Throwing, Jones. He finds Ross, right side, it's complete. And they've got this down to about the 12-yard line.
And I think this is a route we'll see more of as this game goes on, because with his speed, they want to get him the ball in space on drag routes just like this. They want him to get the ball and run after the catch. Good job there, though, holding him for a short gain.
Jones now from the gun on 3rd down. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Well, anytime he reads man coverage, I don't think it's going to be the only time he'll try and hit that route to the outside in this game. He'll test the perimeter, but that time, they were up to the challenge.
Gano's kick is good. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
And from back there, a wise move. He'll just sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25. Rodgers will bring the pack up with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. They'll start out on the ground with Jones. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. Off the play fake to Jones. Here's Rodgers. He has it complete to Christian Watson. And he's going to be shoved out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. A big play there on the catch and run. 65 yards.
I can still hear it reverberate through this thick skull of mine. Crossing routes versus man-to-man coverage, it's a bad matchup for the defense. Those tend to work very well as they run away from a defender.
And a short pickup there down to about the 9. Give him maybe a yard. Quite the opposite from the previous big gainer. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. They'll go again to Jones. And he maneuvers his way down to the 3-yard line. Give him 6 on the play. And that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
They'll try and run for it with Jones. And this time he is in.
Yes.
Aaron Jones with his 4th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Packers are able to answer the early 3 points and take a first-quarter lead. And that caps off what was really a balanced opening drive for them, Charles. They work in the rushing game and the aerial attack, and they end it with a touchdown.
Strong in so many ways, wasn't it, partner? Their ability to throw it and run it and accomplish their goal, they've got to like the way that they started this ball game.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it, forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize. Like going to the county fair, you don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material. On 2nd down, Corbin. And they're able to get this one across the 35. It's a gain of 11 and a Giant first down. A quick throw now complete to Ross. And some room to roam now. And he's brought down here just outside of the 20. As a lineman, they are trained. You've got to stay close to home. If you're more than a yard downfield, they're going to toss that flag, and they did there. They'll keep it on the ground. Corbin. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. 6-3 is our score after one. It's the NFL on EA Sports. Here's second and a yard. Throw left side complete. That's Ross. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. He's exceeded his receiving yards from a week ago, and we're still in the first half. It's a first down.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's second and 7. Operating from the gun, Jones. And he'll find Akins there, complete. And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line. But once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
Third and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. Open target here, Darius Slayton. And he will have a Giants first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. They had to settle for 3 last drive, hoping this second go-around ends in 6. In good position, first and 10. And he'll get what he can up the middle, 3 yards, and that'll bring up second down.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature and make sure you don't get hurt.
Call it a gain of 5 there on the run, but they'll remain a yard or 2 short here with third down coming up.
I really like the vision he displayed on that play because he saw there wasn't a lane to completely break off a huge gain. So he found where there was the most space and got what he could. A nice, dirty run that's a positive play for the offense.
Jones on 3rd and 2. And this is going to be incomplete.
Like what I see so far out of this defense because they've been showing their best coverages on third down. So far, only allowed 1 conversion on a handful of attempts. One area of their game plan that they've executed to perfection.
So Jones off, Graham Gano on here for the New York Giants field goal. This from 32 yards away. Oh, he left this one out to the right. That's a bad miss. No good. And instead of tying it up, they'll remain down by 3. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They'll start the drive with a carry by Jones. He'll get this to the 24, and it's second down.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
And here's Jones again on second down, and he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33. Again, it's Jones. 13 yards, first down, Packers.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and turn his legs for a really nice pickup.
Flush to his right. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away.
Well, they've been back on their heels a little bit here in this drive, but a chance to exhale just a little bit there with incompletion on first down. Now they have to gear up, try and get 2 more stops, and escape this drive.
Setting up the screen here, Aaron Jones. And he is going to lose yardage here. It'll be a loss of 2, maybe 3 on the play, and that'll make it 3rd and 13.
Time to give a little credit here. That was an excellent read by the guys on the defensive side of the ball.
Oh, you're crediting your defense.
Got to credit them on that one because they tried to fool them, right? Tried to trick them, ran a screen, and they went to it and smothered it for a loss of yardage.
That'll be taken in by Damiere Byrd. He's got room at the 30. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
The timing was absolutely true as he caught it working across the field. Plenty of space for him to roam, but notice how he keeps his head on a swivel, looking for defenders who may crop up out of nowhere. That turned into a big play.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
Excellent recognition that none of his receivers were beating coverage and getting open, so he just threw that one away. They'll come back to the huddle, reset, and try something different.
On 2nd down, it's Jones. And he's going to be hemmed in and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1. Rodgers now on 3rd and goal. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
So many times I advocate not challenging coverage downfield, but on this play, I thought he made an excellent decision to actually do so. If that had been complete, that would have been one for the highlight reel.
The kick by Crosby is good, and the lead will increase to 6 now. It's 9-3. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And with 10 seconds left, not really enough time to put something together. And the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
They certainly thought he had an open look beyond the 1st down marker to his receiver, but they just couldn't connect, and that will send them back to the drawing board.
And they line up now for what will likely be the last play of the first half. The final shot before break. Jones. He's going to float this one deep right side. This is intercepted. Adrian Amos with a pick. So we have reached halftime in what's a 6-point game at the break. As it's time now to send you back stateside to Orlando, Florida, and check in with Jonathan Coachman and our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. As they say here in London, all to play for as we are back underway in the second half. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. This offense set to begin the 3rd quarter. And, Charles, if they had a checklist of things they wanted to accomplish in the first half, certainly at the top of that list would be having the lead, and they've got that here.
That's always the most important box to check, isn't it? But also, they've had some success in their passing game, so probably an empty box establishing the run. They're on pace for fewer than 100 yards in this one, so now they want to make sure that they get that going so they truly have a control in this ball game, and down the stretch, being able to be balanced, either throw it or run it, and try and win this ball game.
This has certainly been a physical game so far. Limited scoring opportunities for both sides. And there's another chance that goes unfulfilled.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. On play action, now Rodgers. Here's Fuller with a catch. The 20. Touchdown, Packers. Will Fuller, his third touchdown now on the year. And the Packers come right out of the locker room and score here in the opening minute of the third quarter. And he is not going to get in there. He stops short of the goal line, and the lead is going to stay right where it is. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And their deficit a little wider than it was at halftime. Does that touchdown a minute ago change the thinking here at all?
I think it does, at least a little bit, because now urgency has to start setting in. You can't go out there and go 3 and out and run the risk of falling behind substantially, but you have to do it without pressing, because pressing, that'll lead you into bigger errors.
On 2nd and 10, Jones. And he'll slide to a halt here, still a little shy of the first down marker. Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for third.
The defense did its job of taking away a quick throw, but that's only half the battle because they've got to get to him before he can make a run for it. A little bit late containing him there, so he makes a nice gain out of a play that looked like it was in trouble.
Got a man, it's Ross, complete. And he will have a Giants first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
And Brandon, from our time in college football, where receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree, one thing they did learn, find open areas, find soft spots, and set up and catch the ball. And I think we just saw that there.
Yeah, we saw that indeed, picking up the first. And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at second down.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later. And let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on first down.
From just shy of midfield, Jones. He finds the speedster Ross. That's complete. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 28. That one goes for 24 yards.
It's taken a while for this offense to get going. A little creaky at the start, but they're oiled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive.
On first down, Corbin. And he will take it on in for a Giant touchdown. A great effort there. 28 yards. And the Giants have got it back to within a score. A good hold in these wet conditions. The point after is up and good. And this is back to a 5-point game. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Still enjoying the lead here in the third quarter despite their defense giving up that last touchdown. Now they'll see if they can get the equalizer here on this drive. And out across midfield down to the 45. That one goes for 30 yards. Rodgers going to throw. Open man left side. It's the tight end DeGuara. And they move this all the way down to the 9. 36 yards on the play. Well, make that now 2 completions for him on this drive. And these aren't ordinary completions. They're big ones.
Yeah, these are the types that make a secondary talk to each other and not in a good way. Oftentimes pointing fingers. Hey, who's got him? Someone cover it. That type of indecision can open up to even more big plays.
Now look out, Rodgers lost the football. When that ball popped free, we could hear it all the way up here. Those guys down on the field alerting everyone of the fumble. He's lucky that his offensive mates picked him up and jumped on it.
Yeah, and you have to think to yourself, and I'm sure they've been echoing it on the sideline and into the huddle. Guys, we have the lead. Just take care of the football. Don't make it easier for them to start to make a comeback.
And not much of a hole there as he gets it down to about the 24-yard line. It's a pickup of 3, but still a little work to do on 3rd and goal. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Fuller. And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out. A big play, but still not enough. Leads to a 4th and goal. The kick by Crosby is good, and that'll push the lead up to 8. So 3 points, response there to that opening touchdown of this 3rd quarter.
And that's an important 3, both in terms of adding to your lead, but also letting the other guys know you're not going to just come out in the second half and take over.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. As the offense begins another drive here, pretty simple, Charles. They want to carbon copy what happened the last time out when they ended their drive in the end zone.
You're right about that, partner. Sounds pretty simple, doesn't it? Just score again, but we know it's not that simple because we don't just make adjustments at halftime if you're a good football team. You spend that time on the sideline, you study what's on the notes and the tablets, and you make those adjustments, prevent a repeat of the last drive. Series to series, the best teams, that's how they get it done.
And we'll find out here soon enough whether those adjustments are enough defensively. Ball on the 30, they'll come up with a 2nd and 5. They'll keep it on the ground. Corbin. And they'll stop him after a gain of a couple to the 33.
Oftentimes we praise an offense for their variety of being able to hit people with the run in the pass. But in this game, how about what we're seeing from the safeties? They are all over the field. Doesn't matter if they threw it or if they're trying to run it.
I don't think we've ever awarded an MVU, most valuable unit, but you're right. It might go to them in this game.
I like that. MVU. Well done.
And he's going to have the first down, yardage to the 35.
Someone's been having a good game so far, and you know something? A lot of it's been power running. They decided to turn him loose again on 3rd down, didn't they?
They did indeed. He delivered the tough yards. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And his throw's going to be incomplete. A misconnection there. He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they threw it. Now with the short passing game, you should be above 60% just to be in the average range.
106 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
Boy, where would these guys be without his performance on the ground? That puts him over 100 yards now for the afternoon, and I tell you, he seems to be getting stronger as the day goes along.
Now Jones on 1st and 10. Got a man open. It's Ross. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there. 11 more on that one and another first down.
And that's a much-needed first down right there. Look, they're down by 8. So logic says they don't have to get a touchdown out of this drive. But the way things are going, I don't know if I'd put it in the hands of my defense here. You might not get the ball back at all. So if a 4th down situation comes up, I'm thinking hard about going for it right here and right now.
They'll run on first down. Corbin, he works his way forward to pick up 4 yards there. Second down.
Well, at the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back to huddle and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
They're unable to connect, but a late flag comes in. And the contact may have come too early. Well, obviously, they never want to see penalties on that defense, but this one a little bit more significant there on the downfield pass play.
And coaches preach it all the time. You can't put yourself in that kind of position if you're the defender. You've got to stay in a spot far downfield where you can play the ball without creating extra contact.
And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on second down.
And when you get good yardage like that on first down, it really does a whole lot of good for your entire offense. But I love the way he's finishing those runs. At the end of things, he's making sure he gets just a little bit extra.
They'll keep it on the ground. Corbin, and he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. 4 yards on the play. That's going to lead to first and goal. Looking to throw. Jones. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. We've got a 1-score game with inside of 2 minutes remaining. They'll try again on second and goal after going backwards to the 12. They'll try the left side. Oh, no, he lost the football. And the Packers pick it up. And the return just out across the 15 to the 16-yard line. And they were hoping to get down there, get the score, and get this thing into overtime. How deflating.
Absolutely. I mean, let's face it, heartbreaking. They had an opportunity, had a chance, and probably were feeling...
Will Fuller, nobody there to stop him. Past the 20. Touchdown, Packers. Will Fuller with his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Packers are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this fourth-quarter lead. This time, the extra point up and good. And the lead is up to 15 now. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Last time out, remember, they fumbled the football. That led to the touchdown. And, Charles, they were in the red zone, so that's a backbreaker. They got to try to pick up the pieces here on this drive.
Yeah, and I actually started to do the math here, so be patient with me. 12-point swing was the way I calculated, because not only did they drop the ball in the red zone, they watched the opponent score a touchdown right after that. So their goal, have a drive here and try and get some of those points back.
And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. 23 yards the pickup there. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Jones. He's going to have the hook up to Ross. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Now Jones. Pressure applied, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back at the 33-yard line. To throw is Jones. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Adrian Amos with a pick. And the Packers are going to get the football here at their own 23.
So many times we end a game, and as we're recapping it, we're talking about what offenses did and how they won the game. Let's flip this one over. The defense, they frustrated the offense the entire ball game. That's why they're walking out of here with a victory.
And they're going to love to walk out of here with that as their final act, that interception. Good way for them to end it. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Rodgers looking to throw. Now a leaping catch. He's got it. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here. A bit of a jump there, CD. He breaks the line, and that'll be 5 yards.
And you've got to stay more disciplined than that, Brandon. That's just a free gift to the offense.
So a 1st and 5 now after the 5-yard penalty from the neutral zone infraction. Well, they didn't really have to earn that first down, did they?
Well, they're not having to earn much, are they? Back-to-back penalties. First was 1st and 5, and now they give them a first down.
So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10. Shotgun now for Rodgers. He's going to rifle one deep left side. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. And the Giants are right back in this football game. Their passing game has been spectacular this afternoon. Finally, a win for the defense.
You think maybe there was an adjustment there. Finally gained a measure of, I don't even know if you call it revenge, but got a play done against him, and that's been difficult for them all game long.
And they take a knee. Well, CD, for the losing side, they had opportunities in this one, but big plays just didn't go their way, especially late, and they have to suffer the L here.
It certainly felt like that takeaway, once it happened, it knocked the wind out of their sails, and they just couldn't get their equilibrium back.
So for the Packers, they move back over 500 at 3-2 now on the year. And now it's off to Heathrow as they get set to fly back to the U.S. in a couple hours. Meanwhile, for the Giants, it was a good first month, but they'll fall to 4-1 as they suffer their first loss. And they'll be at home for one next week as the Baltimore Ravens come to town. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.